All right, guys, it's June 30th, and I saw a tweet today that I liked from Kevin Weeks saying this was yesterday on the 29th to keep an eye on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Derek Lalonde was in Detroit to meet with the Wings yesterday about the head coaching position. 888 likes. And another tweet that got my attention was the one he sent 18 hours ago from whenever I liked the tweet. Keep an eye on former Detroit Red Wings head coach Jeff Blashill. We don't really need to keep an eye on him. It's not of our concern. But he might be the new assistant coach at Tampa because Lalonde and Halpern might both land in Detroit. Who would have thunk that? Okay. Also noting, what the hell is Kevin Weeks' profile picture? It's a trash can on top of his head. This guy's so funny. Sorry, I'm laughing before I even show you this video of him doing an impersonation of Paul Maurice, which I'll show right now.
Real, he's like, Weeksy. He's got a lipper in, right? He's like, Weeksy, you're fucking going tomorrow. You're going.
All right, so aside from Weeksy being incredibly hilarious, and I'm going to show a clip of him later, another one, I trust him because he was the one that broke the Anthony Mantha trade. That was a pretty big deal. So yeah, he broke the Anthony Mantha trade, and now I take everything he says kind of seriously. So if he says Lalonde just got interviewed, it's not because of the fact that it was just an interview. It probably means that he knows something we don't. Darren McCarty said himself this about Halpern.
From what I'm hearing, I told you it was the assistants in Tampa who's looking at Lalonde, but I think it might be Jeff Halpern.
So I was like, okay, fine. I did the thing with the coaches and didn't really look at what Lalonde was all about. I came across an Athletic article by Joe Smith in December of 2021, and it was actually pretty good. So let's go through the article right here. Ready? All right, so Derek Lalonde, short stint as a Lightning head coach. This was when John Cooper had to go to COVID protocol or something, and he ended up taking over for him, his first time ever, behind the bench. See what we can learn about this guy. Okay, so yeah, he finds out on December 21st that he's going to be an NHL coach. John Cooper let him know. Coach Blashill said, because he's not the best-looking person apparently, I hope the TV cameras weren't on him a lot. What else we got here? Lalonde, hired to Cooper's staff in 2018, is great at many things. His outgoing personality and self-deprecating humor help him connect with the Lightning players. As he often starts each speech with a joke. We like that. Somebody who's funny. He's not shy when it comes to ribbing buddies from back home in Brasher's Fall, New York. Okay, so that was the problem, I think, with Blashill. He seemed a little bit serious, and honestly with Babcock too. They didn't seem like the most down-to-earth guys. I mean, maybe they are. In terms of joviality, definitely not. Seems like he's got a lot of buddies too. That's nice. He's a people person. His buddy says, but no one is going to confuse him for a GQ model. That's one of his friends saying that. All right, what's next? Apparently, he used to be a goalie skater, and today he's got issues crossing over to his left. By the way, this is a really well-written Athletic article by Joe Smith. If you have an account, I advise you to go and read it. It's one of the better Athletic articles I've read. The best wisecrack was offered by Cooper, who watched the Lightning get pummeled and thoroughly outshot by Vegas in the first period on that game he got called up to be head coach as, and sent Lalonde a text. Well, Cooper said, the guys must not like you. These are some funny dudes. Okay, what's next? So the line made the rest of the Lightning staff crack up. They settled down. So did the team as Tampa rallied 4-3. And Lalonde sent a text message to some of his friends saying, easy league. Mic drop. Yeah, he's a funny guy. All right, what else can we find out about him? Sorry, Kevin, we're going to save you for later. Same guy that said he's not the best-looking dude said he knows exactly who he is. He's never deviated off his path. That unlikely path took Lalonde from a small town to the pinnacle of the NHL. It's just the team won its first 2 games without Cooper, including a 5-4 overtime victory. Oh, so 2-0. That's pretty dope. That's why it meant so much to Lalonde, who has known Cooper for a couple of decades since their Champions League days to get the nod. Did you ever dream that Stamkos would hand him a post-game puck? Probably not, but I don't think he's ever dreamed of the ride he's had, his success both college and pro. His family love it in Tampa. Ooh, if they love it in Tampa, maybe doesn't want to leave. It's a tough road to go from the USHL to the HLT here, but it's the perfect fit with Coop. With the relationship, I bet no one was prouder than Coop. Lalonde is the yin to Coop's the yang. Saying a lot. Oof. We love our yins. His mother, Donna, was the community hairdresser, and his father, Jean-Jacques, a.k.a. Jack, worked at the New York Power Authority docks. Okay, so he's a son of two blue-collar parents. There's a dope picture of him bringing the cup back to Brasher Falls. So he's cerebral, analytical, mature beyond his years, but Lalonde was also creative. He says leading the team in a prank, and at its end of the year spaghetti dinner, they moved the coach's stash of beer from the garage to an assistant coach's house. What a funny character. His interpersonal relationships are exceptional. People person. He knows how to connect with people. He's on a team with current Providence and Team USA World Junior coach Nate Lehman and Cassidy, who the guy we've been talking about, was the Sabres HL Rochester coach. So they became his best friends and support group, but it was also at Cortland where he first started coaching as an assistant to Al McCormack, the name sounds familiar, who quickly saw how Lalonde built trust with the players and how honest he was. So he's great at interpersonal relationships, and he's amazing at gaining trust with players. Two great things. Like John Cooper said, he's just a manager of people. When Lalonde left, there was not a player on the team that wasn't disappointed. So people really like the guy. They trust him, and they hate to see him leave. Lalonde got a big break when he got picked to join Daniels' staff at Ferris State, replacing Blashill. Daniels needed someone who could help him recruit against the likes of Michigan State, and the other big programs. It wasn't a coincidence that the first year Lalonde was there, they won the CCHA League title for the first time. So he's got winning pedigree. He's not afraid to make fun of himself, Daniel said. Every drama needs someone to come in for comedic relief. If he's good at relationships and he can be funny, he can be serious, he's good on the power plays they mentioned in this, breaking other teams' power plays down. Those are things we like to see. Lalonde didn't follow Cooper that season, but after Eric Rude left Green Bay the following year for his alma mater, Colorado College, he jumped at the second chance. Lalonde took over a Gamblers team that had reached the Clark Cup finals after having won the Cup with Cooper the year prior. There are so many similar beginnings of letters. I'm struggling with this. Lalonde led them to one of the best records in the USHL history, 47-9-4. Winning pedigree, ooh. All right, so Lalonde, the article ends, Lalonde is passing back the reins to Cooper. Today, in 2022, he might be taking the reins from Jeff Blashill. We don't know. That's what Kevin Weeks thinks.
Look, I asked Jimmy Rutherford this yesterday. I go, Jimmy, what about the repeat in Pittsburgh? Because obviously Tampa has a chance. And Jimmy's like, Kevin, I'll tell you what. I had to make sure people wanted to do it. Everybody other than Sid, I had to make sure they were on board. And if they weren't, I had to get them out of there.
All right, that was another clip of Kevin Weeks as promised. The last thing I'm going to go over is that the Red Wings preseason schedule got announced. Let's take a look at it. They are playing 6 games starting on September 27th at Pittsburgh, the 28th versus Chicago. And Chicago, ooh, I might go to that game. Oh, no, it's going to be in Detroit. Washington and Detroit, September 30th, and 7 games. October 3rd versus Pittsburgh, October 5th at Washington, October 7th versus the Maple Leafs. I bet a lot of people will try to go to that one. And then the last game is the 8th at Toronto. I think the regular season started this year a little early. The 21-22 season started a little early because of COVID, so maybe it's going to be pushed back. The regular season schedule will get announced in July. All right. Peace out.